The campfire crackled merrily, casting flickering shadows on the faces of 5 friends huddled around its warmth. Sarah, the self-proclaimed leader of the group, stoked the flames, sending a shower of sparks dancing into the stardusted night. Laughter mingled with the chirping crickets, a perfect harmony on the first night of their remote camping trip. Earlier that day, their phones had buzzed constantly with trip updates and funny wildlife pictures. But as dusk settled, an unsettling silence descended upon the group. They reached for their phones, a familiar reflex, only to be met with the dreaded "no service" notification.
"Oh, that's weird,"
muttered Ben, fiddling with his phone.
"Must be a dead zone."
Anya, the ever-paranoid one, chimed in.
"Maybe it's a sign. We shouldn't be this far out anyway."
But their adventurous spirit, fueled by years of shared escapades, overruled any trepidation. They dismissed it as a minor inconvenience, opting to enjoy the serenity of being truly unplugged. However, as darkness solidified, their lighthearted mood began to waver. The once comforting silence morphed into an oppressive blanket of unknown sounds. The rustling of leaves took on an ominous quality, and the distant hoot of an owl sent shivers down their spines. The real blow came when they tried using their GPS to locate their campsite. The familiar blue dot froze, stubbornly refusing to budge. Panic flickered in their eyes. Lost without a signal and a malfunctioning GPS, they were adrift in a sea of towering pines. The playful banter ceased, replaced by nervous glances and hushed whispers. Then it began. A faint, rhythmic drumming echoed through the trees, unlike anything they'd ever heard. It pulsed in their chests, a primal fear taking root. Suddenly, a light pierced the darkness, a flickering orange glow emanating from a distance. Hope surged through them, a beacon in their despair. Maybe it was park rangers, or lost souls like themselves. Steeling their nerves, they decided to investigate, following the light deeper into the shadowy woods. The drumming grew louder with each step, a relentless counterpoint to their ragged breaths. The trees seemed to press in on them, their branches clawing at their clothes like skeletal fingers. The light flickered erratically, leading them on a twisting path that seemed to have no end. Then they stumbled upon a clearing. In the center stood a sight that sent a jolt of terror through them. A monolithic stone structure, covered in strange symbols that pulsed with an eerie inner light, was the source of the macabre drumming. The orange glow emanated from cracks in the stone, illuminating an inscription scrawled in a language they couldn't decipher. Frozen in terror, they watched as the drumming reached a crescendo, the very ground vibrating beneath their feet. The symbols on the stone flared, bathing the clearing in an unnatural light. And then, from the cracks in the stone, figures began to emerge. Tall, slender beings with skin like polished obsidian, and eyes that glowed like embers materialized before them. Their movements were jerky, marionette-like, and their emotionless stares sent chills down their spines. The friends, united by a primal fear, turned to flee. But the way back was gone. The path they had taken was replaced by a dense thicket of trees, effectively sealing their fate. They huddled together, whimpers escaping their lips, as the strange beings advanced. In that moment of utter despair, they realized the true horror. They weren't lost in the wilderness. They were prey in a hunting ground far older and more terrifying than they could have ever imagined.